whoa, wait. I should probably say something before we get on with this. Who Let the Chomp Out is a personal favorite episode of mine, so I do not know whether or not this has been obvious enough in terms of the series itself, but most of the time I do not mean all of the sins that I say. All of them are meant as parody. Just because I sin an episode, it does not mean that I hate that episode. I just enjoy poking a little bit of fun at it, you know, appreciating it a little bit. Anywho, onto the video. Ah yes, the classic 2015 text compression to the top of the screen. I never really noticed how Clichéd made the video look. Is it just me, or does this joke make zero sense? Is there even a way to speak Goomba? So apparently the Goomba mating call just spawns dozens of Goombas from thin air. Wow, never knew that Mario was so fat that he had his own gravitational pull. Also, ow, my ears. Is it just me who misses these little bickers between Mario and SMG4? You'd think that by now he would know what a chain chomp does.
Oh, hell no!
Wait, aren't the red/pink bob-ombs friendly? You gotta love that JPEG compression to fit into that canon. Am I the only one who thinks that the mix of Gary's mod models and frozen JPEGs has a charm to it but still looks somewhat ugly?
Mamma mia! What?
Oh shit, oh shit!
Wait, Mario was on top of the pole in one shot, but on the floor in the next. What?
Right on your lap.
You son of a bitch!
As much as I hate trying to bring logic into SMG4, I feel like I must in this case. If the pole was keeping the chain chomp in one place, how would throwing a fat shy guy into the pole release the chomp? The chain would still be under the fat shy guy's body weight, so it wouldn't really hold the chomp any less than a flimsy piece of wood.
Luigi!
I really found that this sort of fast-paced energy that 2015 SMG4 offered was incredibly funny given his understanding of comedy. I really missed that sort of video pacing. So if I'm seeing correctly, that's a classic Mario 64 model of SMG4 made in Project 64, a Gary's Mod model of modern Luigi, and a Gary's Mod model of Mario based on the classic Mario 64 model. Why not use consistency in models for this scene? You'd think that he would get stuck in those pipes by now.
Shit!
Okay, 1. How did Mario even reach that high? 2. How did he clutter that many toads into the pipe before the chain chomp finished going through it? And 3. Again, logically this has absolutely no effect, but I'll give it a pass since this is Mario's logic we're talking about. Ah yes, thank God random toad number 2452 is alright and safe in the room with the others. Imagine if this came out in 2020 where we now have Mario Tennis Aces and Chain Chomp is legit allowed to run freely around the court with a racket in his mouth.
Ah, the meatloaf!
What the fuck kind of stove does that? That size compression though.
You stupid bitch!
Speaking of 2015 SMG4, don't you miss him back when he didn't have to censor every single swear word imaginable? As mentioned in Meet the Toad, toads are completely mindless. Why would they even have a problem closing the stove? I spoke too soon.
I'm Sonic! Sonic the Hedgehog!
What the fuck is a Sonic?
What rhyme or reason is there for the Chomp not to attack Sonic?
La la la!
Funny 2015 humor, everyone. Wait, was Toad playing as a CPU?
Luigi!
I get it, it's part of the skit, but how the fuck is Mario able to talk?
I believe in miracles. Where from?
You're telling me that dozens, even hundreds of toads couldn't do that? Guy thinks he solved the problem at hand only for the camera to pan out and reveal an even bigger problem, Cliché. When one is trying to get bait to work, one doesn't toss said bait into a room they think the monster is in and immediately after not even a second of the bait being thrown yell out if the bait worked. Damn, I always wanted to get Mario Party 9 on the Nintendo 64. Shit, man, those graphics look fucking stellar. See what I mean about 3D models not mixing well with frozen JPEGs? Wait, aren't Chain Chomps made entirely of metal? How do metal bullets, even by a minigun, hurt the Chain Chomp and throw them away that far? What the hell was that camera angle, man? Brutal. Should I even question how the Chain Chomp got there? To be honest, I watched Who Let the Chomp Out back when it was first released, and I remember so much about this episode, but I remember fucking nothing that happens after this point. It was incredibly unmemorable, that last part.
You son of a bitch!
Le epic troll face meme.
It's not possible! Wow, what an asshole!
God damn, this Chain Chomp graduated from the fucking Jared Day-Lewis School of Invisibility.
Stop it! Shut the fuck up!
I would have expected Mario to have done that, but well, back in 2015, SMG4 was also somewhat stupid as well. Everyone was. That was what gave SMG4 its charm before certain events. Great little bit, but why the hell did they use a Mario sprite from the 1,000-Year Door as well as a sprite from Super Mario World?
I just wanted to be your friend!
Number 1, he's made of fucking metal. Number 2, why is it sad? The Chomp was trying to kill them, already killed Luigi and Peach. Why feel bad for it? And number 3, that was the quickest change of pace I've ever seen him do. Does Luke not understand how metal works? It's, like, incredibly heavy.
Oh yeah! And nothing of value was lost.
I really gotta start keeping track of how many times Mario actually burnt down Peach's castle. Damn it, I miss Ben.
Someday these will be the good old days.